Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. And salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi. It's your brother Dawada, coming at you another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. And as we have on the screen, a time for everything. See, this gospel has been pushed forth at a high level. And now we're coming to the conclusion, man. You know, the Lord said that these things were going to be pushed forth for a certain time. And then, you know, he's going to put up his prophets. Well, again, it's a time and place for everything. Then our Lord Yahawashi said, I must work the works. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to St. John, chapter 9, I believe. St. John, chapter 9. Yep, and verse 4. See, there's a time that the gospel must be preached forth, man. And then once the gospel has had its full measure, and then the Lord's just gonna take his men off the streets, you know, take his men off of the internet, you know. It's in St. John chapter 9 and verse 4. It reads, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And that's what we're approaching, man. The night is coming when no man is going to be able to work, you know. So it's important that you get it while you can. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. Chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, see? And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. And we're essentially in that time of this kingdom being broken down, all right? And the kingdom of heaven, all right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being built up. Those lively stones, right? It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Yeah, we're in a time of mourning, you know. It's not a time to be in a spirit of mirth, right? It says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to cast away, a time to rend, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. And this is the point. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. Just as our Lord Yahawashi said, the night cometh when no man can work, man. And we're fastly approaching those times. Well, we're in a time to speak, but soon we're coming into a time to keep silence. Okay? This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 3, and verse 1. Because we're heading to the time where the words of Yahawashi is going to be very precious, man. Okay? So if you haven't been getting it while you can, you're going to be caught out there. 1 Samuel chapter 3 and verse 1. And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision, right? And we're coming to the time where it's not going to be any open vision. Scriptures tell us when there is no vision, the people perish, man. You know? Well, guess what? We're heading into those times. People are going to be in perplexity. They're not going to have any answers. They're not going to know which way to turn. Okay? And it's not going to be where Lord going to have the men of the Lord out there breaking down the scriptures, man. No, you're going to be asking questions like, whither shall we go? All right, and if the Spirit jump on a man of the Lord to tell you, it's going to be, what is that, Jeremiah 15, right? For to dust, or slakia. Those to the famine, right? Those to the captivity, you know, and death to death, which is really dust. Is your body going to rot away, you know? Well, we're heading to those times where there is no open vision. See, the Lord set up his men to go out and reprove you, man. What is that, Isaiah? Let's get that, Isaiah, real quick. Chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. See that? And the house of Jacob their sins. See that? Yeah, that's why the men of the Lord was raised up. The way you might be counted worthy, all right, to come back to Yahawah by Rawchaa in spirit and the truth. Hear this gospel. Turn from your wicked way. Oh, also in Isaiah 30, you know, where the Lord said that you will hear a word behind thee telling you this is the way, walk ye in it. See that? But yeah, we're coming into those times where we're not going to be showing our people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins, right? It's going to be really a free fall, man, you know? People are not going to be able to hear the word of the Lord. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and yeah, verse 13. It reads, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. See that? It is an evil time. That's the time we're approaching, man. Again, the Lord is not going to have his men out there on the highways and byways being a reprover to you. You know? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3. And verse 25, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. See that? And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be a reprover. See? And thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. And we are approaching that time. We're fastly approaching that time. Not going to be a reprover unto you, man. You know? You're not going to have the men of the Lord out there crying aloud, spare not. You know? That's not going to be it. You know? That's not going to be it, man. All right? It's going to be a time of no open vision, man. You see? Let's go here. And I have this information, right, that I want to share that I found on Natural News. On naturalnews.com, right? It says Senator Wagner pushes for more censorship and big tech government conclusion to silence the voices of Americans. See that? To silence the voices of Americans. Now, who is this actually pointing toward, man? It's pointing toward the men of the Lord. Why does it has big tech in here? Because the men of the Lord are actually pushing forth the gospel on the internet, man, on the YouTube, as it were, right? Now it says, Chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee and Virginia Senator Mark Warner wants to reinterpret the First Amendment while facilitating censorship, critics observe, by supporting the conclusion between big tech and President Joe Biden's administration. See that? And you have President Joe Biden hiring up these billionaires, all right, to put pressure on these big tech companies. Okay? It says, during a recent interview of Wagner on NPR, A. Martinez, he raised concerns about foreign powers who want to attack U.S. democracy, Americans who deny election results, and new tools such as artificial intelligence that make it easy to sow doubt. I think when you are talking about true misinformation or disinformation, or when you're talking about utilization of deep fakes, where an image is put up, is not us, but looks like us and sounds like us, I don't think those are First Amendment protection. You see the guys that they're using, the ploys that they're bringing forth, man? You know? Man, that's the Spirit of the Lord closing this thing up, man. You see? Let's close it out. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. And we're fastly approaching those times, you know? And they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah, the words of the Lord is going to be precious in those days. You're not going to be able to find it, man. You see? It says, in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men thirst for, read it again, I'm a little excited. In that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. Yeah, thirst of what? Thirst of hearing this living water, man. You know? That is meant to rehydrate you, you know, to bring you back to Yahawashi, to quicken you through the Spirit, you see? But yeah, that's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Lord willing, coming at you with another lesson. Till the next time, I say Shalom.